Hey, 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 it's Doma here. And guess what? It's time for the Cultivar Cup. Winter solstice event is coming up this month, December. The results are coming up at the end of the month for Solstice Day. All right, let me try one more time. Is it recording? Oh, jeez. Why ain't the light on? Is the light on? Okay, this is it. This is it, Magic Myco fam. This is the Cultivar Cup Winter Solstice event is here. And guess what? I'm prepping samples. So I thought it would be fun while I'm doing this to kind of go with me through one of the samples, just the prepping of it and how I go through each step. So hang on and come with me. Let's do that now. All right, guys, what's up? So there's a couple stages to the sample prep. So the first thing that I want to do is I open up the sample underneath one of my flow hoods. So I like to, for sample prep, I like to work under this one. And this sample happens to be a cubensis sample from Oklahoma Fungi. Thank you very much, Oklahoma Fungi and Jacob, for participating in the event. So the first thing that I would do is pretty much just, wipe down my area, get everything nice and clean. I got my scissors here and my Myco coil. If I want, I can heat them up, but I'm not going to use them right now. I just like to keep them off to the side. And so this is Oklahoma Fungi, wild Oklahoma Fungi. Nice. So what I'll do is I'll open it up underneath the flow hood, and I'll get the sample onto a sterile tray. And what I do is I go into my OneDrive folder, which is connected to our LIMS, our ELN. So quickly onto the cubensis folder, I'm just going to make a folder. And then the name of their sample, which is Oklahoma Wild. So I'm going to make a folder called Oklahoma Wild. And then I'm just going to take a couple of photos of it and upload it into its folder. I like to take two. Okay, and then I have to go grab a container, so I'll be right back. Right, so I can never tell if this thing is recording or not. So basically I just had to put our sample into a clean container. Then I could come over here and grind it. Then we take it back over to this area by the weighing station, which is right next to that other area. So I'll just put it down right about there. Are we still rolling? Okay, this is why I have a mask on, because when I open this, it's good to tap it a little just to get anything on the sides down. But when I open it, some powder might shoot out. You see that? So that's why I'm wearing a mask. Now the first sample that I take is for DNA. So that's the first thing I'm going to take. I'm just going to get a little bit of sample into the tube. It doesn't really matter how much. So this is all prepped and ready, so I'm going to tear it, and the first sample I'm going to take is 50 milligrams, and this is for the toxicity analysis. 50 milligrams on the nose. There it is. So I got to grab 2 containers for this. For the yeast and mold, I have a brown container which blocks the light. Okay, and for the second measurement, I need 200 milligrams. So real quick, I'm just going to make sure that I'm tiered. And then it's at 0. And now this one's going to be 200 milligrams. which when added 5 milliliters of solvent to 200 milligrams creates a sample concentration of 40 milligrams per milliliter. And that sounds a little high, but we're testing very, very low percentages, very, very low numbers with cubensis, and so the sample concentration needs to be a little bit higher. With cannabis, I use 20. I could also use 20 with the fungi, but it just falls better into our calibration tables the way that they're set, with a little bit stronger sample concentration. We get a little bit better reading. So I'm going to come back and clean these two things in a minute, but what I need to do now, make sure I'm still recording, which we are, is we come here to the next station, which is our HPLC and computer station. What I need to do real quick is I need to enter the sample into the computer. So basically I just gotta put in the name of this sample, which this one was Oklahoma fungi. So it was Oklahoma wild. And then I go to my labels, and I need 3 labels. So I print out 3 labels, 3 cryo labels, one for the yeast and mold tube, one for the HPLC analysis tube, and then the other one, we're going to take any leftover that's left after the moisture analysis, and we're going to put it into a separate container. So we're going to need one more label for that. So I have my sample vials that I need, so I put those into my tray. Now I take the remaining sample and I go back over here into the kitchen area, because what we're going to do next is we're going to weigh this, we're going to do moisture analysis on this sample. So this was the last one that was in here, so I just have to do this real quick. I gotta tare it. This takes 500 milligrams, the moisture analysis. So once I got about 500 milligrams, or right about it, doesn't have to be perfect, I can set it in there and start the cycle, which is on 50C for 10 minutes, and it gives us the moisture analysis. Now with the remaining that's left, I like these little containers here, and I fill it up, because we might do some tests with this later, or if something gets messed up we might need it. But we're also going to do near infrared spectroscopy and maybe some silo-Q tests at the end if there's time. So we have that for this. You know, sometimes I just and if there's any left, I put it into a pile here, which will do a mega mix blend, which we give away. So that'll be cool. So that's pretty much it. That's basically how I enter a sample, and from there we do all the different tests. So much love, fam. Just want to give you guys a quick insight into the cultivar cup testing. As you can see here, I'm getting all my samples ready, and we'll be doing the testing here over the next few days. So keep an eye on the ELN folders, and much love. Have a great night.